My name's James Carter. I'm 38 and I work nights. That wasn't always the case. For the past few years, I held a steady logistics job, mostly office stuff, paperwork, spreadsheets, scheduling delivery routes that somehow always ran late. It wasn't thrilling, but it covered the basics. At least it used to. Then life threw a few curveballs, unexpected bills, changes at home, and suddenly that paycheck didn't cut it anymore. I needed something extra, something to close the gap. Night security guard needed. Reliable, calm, discreet, no experience required. It sounded strange, sure, but I was desperate. Had a gas station hot dog in one hand and a cracked phone in the other when I hit apply without even reading the rest. A man called next day, said his name was Mr. Harrow. He didn't ask much, just my name, my driving record, and if I could start Monday. I said yes. That was 2 weeks ago. Now, every night, I drive 20 minutes out of town to a half-dead shopping mall on the edge of nowhere. You know the type. Half the stores are shuttered, weeds claw through the parking lot cracks, and only one wing still has working lights. Most folks don't even know it's open. During the day, a handful of places limp along. A shoe store, a phone repair booth, some church renting out an old nail salon. But at night, it's just me and the mall. I've never minded being alone. Even as a kid, I was a quiet one. Books and puzzles over parties and noise. Never the type to post lunch pics or bar hop. I guess that's why this job works for me. I get in around 10 p.m. clock in with a key card they gave me. They didn't give me a uniform. Just told me to wear dark clothes and comfortable shoes. I park in the back lot, near the loading docks. The mall's main entrance stays locked at night, but there's a side door by the dumpsters. It reeks over there like rotting meat, but I try not to breathe through my nose as I go in. My little office is near the food court. One desk, one chair, a monitor with grainy camera feeds, a locker where I keep snacks and a hoodie. But I don't spend much time in there. Watching screens isn't my job. Walking is. Every hour I do a full round. Check every open store. Make sure all the security gates are down. I always double-check the big ones, especially IKEA. People try sneaking in, hoping to crash in the model rooms. One guy even tried living in a fake kitchen. Lasted 3 days before anyone noticed. I didn't find him, though. That was before my time. My time's just starting. And the thing is, nobody warned me what this place really was. My first stop's always a cowboy shop. That's not its real name, but I've never seen the actual sign. Half the letters fell off years ago, and nobody's bothered to fix it. It's tucked in the north end of the mall, near the old Sears. One of those theme stores that used to sell guns, knives, camo gear, fake deer heads on the walls, wooden floorboards, red bandanas draped over dusty racks. And behind the counter is Jesse. Jesse wears a long duster coat, a wide-brimmed hat, and boots with spurs that still jingle when he walks. He's got a handlebar mustache and a crooked smile. His eyes are pale, almost colorless, and they never blink. He always leans on the glass counter, like he's been waiting 100 years for a drink that never came. "Evening, lawman," he says as I step inside. "I'm not a lawman, I say." He tips his hat. Could have fooled me. You walk like one. I walk like someone who hasn't slept in 3 days. Same difference. We've got this routine. Every night, he gives me a new name. Sheriff, deputy, tracker. Once, he called me marshal. I asked what exactly he thought I was marshaling. He said, "What ain't you?" I walk up to the counter, tap my flashlight once against my belt, just to stay sharp. My eyes flick to the shelves. Rifles line the walls. Pistols sit inside the dusty glass case. Most of them look real. Some don't. One looks like it's carved from melted bone. "How's business?" I ask. Jesse shrugs. Same as ever. Ain't had a customer in 30 years. Not a real one. Anyway, had a ghoul come in last week, licked a shotgun rack, and wandered off. Sounds about right. He squints at me. "So what brings you in tonight, James?" "I do my rounds." "Yeah, but you always start with me." I don't answer right away. Instead, I stare at the wall behind him, a painting of a buffalo with glowing red eyes. I'm not sure if it's always looked like that. Sometimes I think the painting changes when I'm not looking. Jesse taps the counter. You still want it and know how I died? I sigh. If you're ready to tell the truth this time. I'm always telling the truth, he says. No, you're not. Last time you said coyotes ate you. The time before that, you said your wife poisoned your whiskey. Both true, technically, he says. You don't even remember your real name. I remember guns, he says. And then he grins, like that settles the matter, like that explains everything. I lean against the counter and meet his pale, never blinking eyes. Why are you really here, Jesse? Why are any of you here? He shrugs, his duster creaking like old floorboards. Place don't let go easy. Some folks die and keep walking. Some die and forget they did. Me? I stuck around, 'cause there's still bullets to polish. And stories worth telling. You, though you ain't dead. Not yet. No. So, why were you working the graveyard shift? In a mall full of ghouls and things with too many teeth. I pause. I don't usually tell people. But Jesse's not really people anymore. And somehow, he makes you talk. My daughter's in the hospital. I say. His face goes still. Not surprised. Just still. She's got this rare condition. Genetic. Doctors say it's manageable, but the treatments, they're not covered. My logistics job during the day. Pays okay, but not enough. This place offered more money than I'd ever seen in one check. So I said yes. Figured I could handle it. Nights are quiet. Quiet like a loaded rifle sitting on a windowsill, Jesse says. Yeah, something like that. He nods slowly. A kid. Didn't know you had one. She's 6. Loves puzzles. Carries his blue fox-shaped backpack everywhere she goes. What's her name? Chloe. He repeats it once, like a prayer he wasn't expecting. Chloe. Then he leans down behind the counter, rummages through something I can't see, and rises with a wooden box. He opens it. Inside 6 bullets. They glow. Not bright. Not warm. More like moonlight trapped underwater. These ain't for people, Jesse says. What are they? Ghost shells. They're for the kind of things that don't bleed right. I frown. Ghost shells, huh? You're giving me haunted bullets now. Not haunted. Just specialized, he says. I pick one up. It's cold. Not metal cold. Deeper than that. The kind of cold you find in places no one breathes. Will they even work on my gun? They'll fit. And they'll work. Just don't use them on the wrong thing. These don't stop people. They stop the things that don't know how to die. Why give them to me? He looks at me. Really looks. His eyes are still and pale, like shallow water over old bones. Because you got something worth coming back for. Most folks here, they forgot what they were holding on to. That makes them dangerous. But you still remember. That makes you dangerous too. Just in a different way. I gnawed once, then slide the bullets into my pocket. Thanks. He tips his hat. Ain't nothing. Just a little insurance. You ever run into something that don't care what you are, you'll be glad to have them. I drop the ghost shells into the pouch on my belt, where I keep the extras. They clink softly against the regular rounds. Lighter, but not by much. Cold, but not in a way I have time to care about. Jesse's not the worst to deal with. He's strange, sure, but he's always there, always behind the counter, always wearing that crooked smile, like he just walked out of a movie no one remembers making. He doesn't lie, not exactly. He just forgets which version of the truth he's already told. I don't trust him. I don't need to. He hasn't tried to hurt me. That puts him ahead of half the things in this place. The gun shop door creaks when I push it open. Same sound. Every time. Next stop is the ice cream stand. It's always colder there than it should be. I find her crouched behind the cart. She's not crying, not calling for help. Just sitting on the tile with her knees tucked in, face half buried in her arms. I wouldn't have noticed her at all if it weren't for the cone, mint chocolate chip, her favorite, melting quietly on the counter. The swirl hasn't melted a bit. which means she hasn't been gone long. I lean over the side of the cart and glance down. Hey, I say. She flinches but doesn't bolt. Just looks up, slow and stiff. Her cheeks are pale. Her eyes wide. The kind of wide that comes from too much thinking and not enough blinking. Why were you hiding? I ask. She tucks her chin back into her arms. I'm scared. I ease down into a crouch beside the cart. Of what? She doesn't answer right away. Just glances past me toward the escalators. Her fingers twist nervously in the hem of her shirt. There's a scary man, she whispers. In the boiler room. I study her face. You saw him? She nods. What did he look like? She shakes her head. Quick. I don't want to say. I don't press. All right. We sit there for a while, me crouched, her curled up tight, both of us staring down the long, dim hall. Eventually, I shift, let my back rest against the cart. Well, I say, if there's a scary man in the boiler room, then I better go deal with him. She looks at me again. You're not scared? Of course I'm scared. Then why go? I smile just a little. Because I got ghost shells. She tilts her head. Ghost shells. Yeah, I know. Sounds made up. I don't really get 'em either, but I do have secret powers. She narrows her eyes. Like, what? I can scoop the perfect ice cream cone. Blindfolded. She snorts. That's not a power. It is in the mall. Want proof? She hesitates, then nods. I rise and step behind the counter. The scooper's already in the bin, waiting like it knew I'd need it. The mint chocolate chip is cold, not frozen stiff, just right. I dig out a clean, round scoop, drop it into a cone, and pass it over the counter. She takes it with both hands, licks the side before it can drip. Is it perfect? I ask. She grins. Pretty good. Pretty good. I say, mock offended. She nods again, serious this time. I lean on the cart, arms crossed. Watch her eat. She's slower now, more relaxed. Her legs swing under her stool, toes brushing the floor. No more knees hugged to her chest. No more shaking. Some nights she talks. Tonight, she's quiet. I don't press. Lily's been here longer than I have. Only thing I know for sure is she never talks about her family or how she ended up here. I stopped asking. I saw the incident report once, a yellowing folder in the back office, with her name typed across the top. That's how I know she died here. She's never left this floor, always behind this cart. Talking to her is part of my route now. Someone should. Every night, I ask how she's doing. Most nights she shrugs or half smiles. I don't think she knows how closely I keep watch. I always pass this level twice, whether I need to or not. Always walk past the fountain, even if she's not out front, even if I don't hear anything, because some things in this place are dangerous, even to the dead. The boiler room's past the loading docks, behind a dented metal door that says, Maintenance, authorized personnel only. The paint's flaked off in patches, but the letters still show through. Easy to miss. If you're not looking, it's tucked between two service halls, where the lights flicker more than they shine. I keep a flashlight on my belt, but I don't use it here. The bulbs overhead buzz. They don't go out. Not yet. Before I open the boiler room door, I check the salt line. It runs neat across the threshold, a thin white rope of it, poured fresh every 2 nights. There's a bag of Morton's in the closet. Down the hall, one of the few things in this job that came with written rules. Keep the salt line unbroken. Replace it every other shift. Don't sweep it with your foot. Use your hand or the flat edge of a clipboard. I kneel and check it. Still solid. I drag the back of my finger just above it, feeling for gaps. None. Good. I unlock the door and push it open. The heat hits first. Not unbearable, but close. It smells like metal and old bricks, and something else underneath. Something I've never been able to name. The room is long, high-ceilinged, laced with pipes running every direction. The boiler breathes at the center, slow and deep. It's pilot light, glows dull red behind the grates. The hum of machines fills the room, but the sound doesn't carry. It sinks. He's here tonight. He always is. I never see him right away. He waits. I walk the usual path. 3 steps in. Turn right past the water tanks. Keep left around the vent pipe. The floor is stained with dark smudges. That don't scrub out. They don't smell. They don't fade. I stop worrying about them. And then there he is, Mr. Longneck, just the top half of his face, peeking from behind a rusted pillar, near the back wall, eyes wide, skin smooth and gray, like poured wax. Same smile every time. Lips curled back a little too far. Teeth too clean. I don't talk anymore. Used to. My first week, I greeted him like anyone else. Hi. Hello there. He never answered. I kept talking for a while after that. Jokes. One-liners. Questions I didn't need answers to. He just watched. The second time I saw him, I thought he was standing in front of the pillar. I stepped closer. His body didn't follow. Just his head, slowly snaking out from behind the concrete, turning the corner like it was hinged at the jaw. His neck came next, long, thin, stretching like a hose, wrapped around the column. No end in sight, no shoulders, no torso. It kept going, curling behind the boiler. Still hasn't stopped. I quit trying to understand after that. Now I come in, do the checks. Get out. Tonight, he shifts. When I near the boiler, his neck gives a little twitch, like a cat adjusting its paws. I don't stop, clipboard in hand, eyes on the checklist. Temperature, pressure, valves. I mark the boxes. Don't look at him. He watches the whole time. The other dead stay clear of this room, even the ones that crawl, the ones that bleed blacklight, and move without feet. They don't come here. He's not one of them. I don't know what he is. I've asked. No one answers. All I know, he stays in the boiler room, and it's my job to make sure he keeps staying there. I move to the gauges. All green. Pressure's steady. Dials wobble, but no spikes. Not like that one night. A sudden jump, blast of heat, and something deep in the tank scraped its way against the inside metal. I was alone that night. I stayed 2 feet from the door. Always do. Tonight's quiet. I double-checked the seals on the main line. No leaks. No shifts in pressure. Mr. Longneck hasn't blinked. I'm not sure he has eyelids. His smile doesn't change. But I get the feeling he's glad I came. Maybe he likes the routine. Maybe he's waiting for me to screw it up. Forget the salt. Miss a valve. Turn my back too long. I tightened the last knob, slipped the clipboard under my arm, and gnawed at him once. Not a thank you, not respect, just enough to say, I see you, and I'm not afraid. Not entirely true, but it's part of the pattern now. I walk back the same path. 3 steps, right turn, left past the vent pipe. I never look back, not once. At the door, I step over the salt line, like it's made of glass. Click. The latch shuts firm. Salt's still there. Clean, sharp, unbroken. I shake a fresh line across the threshold, just in case. He's never crossed it, and I don't plan on learning if he can. There's another stop tonight. The back rooms. That one's different. Always is. The back rooms don't show up on any map. Not the blueprints. Not the old floor plans we found, stacked in a box near the freight elevator. No doors labeled back rooms. No signs. No warnings. But they're there, hidden behind locked doors. Storage units. Walls that shouldn't open. The one I use is behind IKEA, off the service corridor. You press your hand against. A smooth metal panel. No buttons. No keycard slot. Wait 6 seconds. Then it clicks, and the wall swings inward, like the door to a walk-in freezer. Inside always smells the same. Dust, bleach, and something a little too clean. The lights buzz overhead, but at least they stay on. The floor is that same beige tile. You see in employee-only zones. Except here, some of them are wrong. Too bright, too new, like someone replaced them, without checking the pattern. or without caring. The halls twist. Loop. It's easy to get lost if you don't know the turns. But I've learned a way to bend. For corners in. Third door on the left. No number. No sign. Just a plain door with a brass handle that sticks when the air's wet. I knock once. Always do. I brought him coffee tonight. Same as always. Black. In a chipped red mug. No sugar. He never asks for anything different. Doesn't even drink it most nights. Just holds it like it keeps something steady. He's already inside when I push the door open. Back against the far wall. Legs stretched out. Head tilted like he's been listening to something. In the walls. Same uniform every time. Gray polo. Black cargos. Laminated badge on his chest. The name's worn down. But I know what it says. Bennett. Night security. Brought you something. I say, holding out the mug. He doesn't reach for it right away. Just blinks up at me. Slow. His eyes are always tired. Not sleepy. Tired. I step in, crouch beside him. Finally, he takes it. Both hands, careful. Holds it close. Doesn't drink. Doesn't speak. That's normal. The first time I met him, he didn't say a word for 7 days. I thought maybe he couldn't. He'd open his mouth sometimes. But nothing came out. Just nods. Blank stares. The occasional shrug. He'd pace a lot back then. Move things, chairs, boxes, from one corner to the next, then back again. It took 3 weeks to get his name. Now he talks. Sometimes. Only in short bursts. Whispers, really. Like waking from a dream. You're not sure you want to remember. He forgets things easily. But not the coffee. Never the coffee. You holding up? I ask. He nods, still staring at the mug. It's hot. Yeah, fresh. That gets the smallest smile from him. Just a flicker at the corner of his mouth. The room isn't much. Plain walls. No windows. Folding chair in the corner. A supply cart with one broken wheel. Corkboard on the far wall. No pins. No papers. No clocks. No way out but the door I came in through. Ben stuck here. Same as the others. But he's different. He used to be like me. He walked these halls. Did the rounds. Clocked in. Clocked out. Then something happened. No one tells me what. The records are thin. Most of them are redacted. Some just missing altogether. But Jesse's dropped hints. Lily, too, when she thinks I'm not paying attention. Enough to piece together one thing. Ben had a run-in with the boiler room. I've seen the way he reacts. When I mention it, his eyes flick toward the walls. His hands tighten on the mug. His shoulders go stiff. He won't talk about it. Not directly. He's touchy. No sudden moves. No big questions. Approach too fast? He grabs your wrist. Press too hard? He goes quiet. Try to leave without saying goodbye? He locks the door. I learned that one early. Took 20 minutes to talk him down. He only opened up after I slid the mug under the table and promised I'd bring another one tomorrow. Coffee calms him. Says it's the only thing he really remembers from before. The smell, the heat, the weight of it in his hands, the routine. Proof that something real still exists. I sit on the floor across from him. We don't speak. Not for a while. Just sit, like always. Do you want me to stay? I ask. He shakes his head, slow. Rounds. Yeah. I stretch, stand, and move to the door. I don't rush. You don't rush around, Ben. I turn the handle slowly, open the door, and step back into the beige hallway. The back rooms are quiet. They usually are. I walk steady, counting turns backward. Left, right again. Same path every night. When I reach the access door, I stop. The panels cool under my hand. Smooth. Stainless. I press my palm flat and wait. 6 seconds. Click. The door opens. Heavy as always. I step through and shut it behind me. It seals with a soft thunk. Tight. I run a finger down the seam. No give. Still solid. The red mug stays with me. Ben never drinks much. Just holds it like it's something fragile. When it cools, he sets it beside the wall, always in the same spot. I take it on my way out, rinse it in the break room sink, make a new cup the next night. He's called me by names that aren't mine. Old ones, probably. Once, he asked if I still parked behind the old Payless. That place has been boarded up for 10 years. I think he remembers his life, like flashes from an old projector, static between frames, moments that surface, then fade again. But that's enough. You make do with what you're given here. Some of them cling to hate. Some just slip away. Ben clings to the weight of a ceramic mug, like it's the only thing keeping him anchored. And maybe it is. Outside, the sun slipping behind the trees. Pale light stretches long across the pavement. The parking lot is almost empty. A few cars near the south wing, where the shoe place opens early. At the main doors, a woman stands alone. Gray coat, zipped to the top, and dark jeans tucked into boots. Her hair is tied back. She keeps her eyes on the glass, like she's trying to see something inside. I keep walking, make it past the trash bins and halfway to my car. Before I stop, my keys are in my hand. I turn them over once, then slide them back into my pocket. I walk back toward the front entrance. She doesn't notice me until I'm a few feet away. Her face is calm, but her jaw is tight. She doesn't step back, doesn't shift her weight, just glances at my badge. I'm not trying to. Go in. I know it's early. She says, "You're fine. It's mostly closed anyway. Just a few shops open during the day." I figured. She looks back at the glass doors. One of the bulbs in the overhead sign is burned out. The mall's name is missing a letter. I used to come here all the time with my daughter. I don't say anything. I let her keep going. We had a routine. Friday afternoons, she'd get ice cream upstairs. Same flavor every time. She smiles a little, then looks down at her hands. "You work nights." I nod. Security. Long hours. Yeah. I meet her eyes. She has the same kind of look Lily gets when she's thinking about something. She doesn't want to say yet. My daughter's 6. She's in the hospital right now. The woman nods once. I'm sorry. It's manageable, just expensive. She tucks her hands into her coat pockets. Her nails are short and unpainted. There's a little rip in the fabric near her wrist. She died here. It was an accident. She was 9. I haven't come back in years. Didn't even mean to stop. I was just driving by. I nod. Fridays used to be our thing. We'd get ice cream by the stand. Near the fountain, she adds. Mint chocolate chip. She smiles. Yeah, that's right. She used to say it tasted like brushing your teeth, but fun. I smile back. She narrows her eyes. How'd you know it was mint? Lucky guess. We stand there for a bit. A mall employee pulls into the lot and walks past us without looking up. The woman follows him with her eyes, then turns back to the doors. Neither of us says anything for a minute. Then she looks over at me. I hope your daughter gets better. Thanks. She takes a small step back, glancing toward the lot. I should get going. I didn't mean to take up your time. You didn't. She pulls her coat tighter. Thanks for talking. Yeah, anytime. She starts walking. Her boots make small sounds on the pavement. When she reaches her car, she opens the door, looks back once, and gives a short wave. I wave back. She gets in and drives off. The car is clean, but has a crack in the corner of the windshield. I watch her go for a little while. The glass doors reflect the morning sky behind me. The lights in the entryway buzz back to life. Inside, the floor cleaner hums near the food court. Then I turn toward my car and head home. The check comes in the mail on a Thursday. Plain white envelope. No logo. Just my name and address in block type. I open it over the sink, standing with my coat still on, and the front door half shut behind me. It's more than I expected. That night, I call the hospital. Pay off every last bill, room charges, tests, medication. I read off the numbers slow, just to hear the Woman on the other end say, paid in full. I sleep better that night than I have in months. The next day, I drive to the hospital and sit with my daughter, Chloe. She's eating dry cereal out of a paper cup and watching cartoons with the sound off. She holds my hand the whole time, doesn't ask me anything, just smiles like she knows something has shifted. I could have walked away from the job after that, but I don't. The mall is still the same, still quiet, still strange in all the familiar ways. Jesse greets me like usual, polishing a revolver and arguing with no one in particular. Lily offers me a cone. Ben nods when I hand him the coffee, holds a cup with both hands, like it's the only thing keeping him anchored. The salt line is intact. I lay down a fresh one anyway. I see Amanda sometimes. She stands outside near the doors around opening time. She never comes in. We don't say much, just nod. Sometimes she waves. I keep clocking in long after the bills are paid. There isn't a reason to stay. Not really. The bills are handled. My daughter is getting better. I've got no debt left except sleep. I stay for a few reasons. Part of it is the quiet and the routine. Part of it is knowing that things in this place still need watching. But mostly I stay because I have a feeling there are more stories waiting. Not all of them good. Not all of them easy. But they're here, in the halls, in the rooms no one else visits. And until someone else is ready to take my place, I'll keep collecting them. One day when a rookie shows up, fresh uniform, clean clipboard, I'll sit them down and tell them everything they need to know, which doors to avoid, who to talk to, who not to, and I'll have a few stories ready for them, just in case. The ghost shells are still in my belt pouch. I check them sometimes, roll one between my fingers, make sure they haven't cracked or crumbled. They haven't. They feel the same as the day Jesse handed them over. Cold, solid, just a little lighter than the others. I keep them separate from the standard rounds, labeled and lined up. I haven't had to use them. Most nights pass without trouble. Whatever this place is, it has its own rhythm, its own rules. The things that roam stay where they're meant to, and the ones who linger don't cross their lines. Still, I carry them. I've learned it's better to be prepared. In this job, you don't always get a warning. And when something does come, it won't ask if you're ready. So the shells stay close. One pocket over for my pen light and notebook. A little weight I don't mind carrying. If I ever need them, they'll be there, and I'll know exactly what they're for.